Okay. Guys, can you all hear me? Am I audible to you all? Can you please drop me a confirmation message? Yes. Good evening, Hemant. Guys, can you all hear me? Fine. So, very good evening. Yes, thank you so much. Welcome to UPSC CSE Optional. I'm really sorry, I was like trying to connect for a very long time. So, yes, today we are properly starting the classes. Like we discussed about, we discussed about why anthropology, why should we choose anthropology. So, before going to any optional subject, I don't want to straight away go into the topic and start. I don't think that will work properly. What will work properly is that you should first understand, okay, what we are going to study in the anthropology. Today is the syllabus discussion. So I have also posted a video on strategy, okay, how to score 300 plus in optional. If you go and see that, the first and foremost step will be syllabus. So that is what we are going to do, okay, because finally we have to score 300 plus. Fine, that is our aim. Fine. So before that, we will go into the class, and for that, I would like to thank Unacademy, India's largest learning platform, because they have so many benefits giving to us. We have daily live classes. In that, we have free classes also, which is really good, and then live test and quizzes, structured courses, and unlimited access and everything. Okay. Yes. Hello. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and yes. So, downloading the learning app, you can download it to Google Play Store or Apple Store. And about me, guys, I'm an engineer basically. So, this will solve the doubt for many of you. Ma'am, I'm completely from non-biological background. Can I take anthropology? Obviously, yes. Okay. I'm an electronics and communication engineer, but still I'm doing very well in the anthropology. That too, I have many friends who are from mechanical engineering, who are from computer science. They are really doing good in anthropology. Fine. So don't worry. Fine, don't worry at all that related to I'm from non-biological background, ma'am. How can I do that? Today, if you see the syllabus, you will understand how much amount of biology is needed and how deep, I mean, deep understanding is needed. Okay, you will understand that, then your fear will just fly away. Fine. Then I have 4 years of teaching experience in terms of civil services and TNPSC, and I have mentored more than 1,000 students. And that's a secret. I'm an anthropology faculty. You all know that. And I have teaching experience in NEET also. See, here I have mentioned my Telegram channel's link. Okay, so this is my Telegram channel's link, and this is my Unacademy platform's profile link. You can follow me. Not just anthropology. As of now, we are on a mission of covering at least 100 questions from each subject before going to the preliminary examination. Even though you are not writing your preliminary examination this year, you just go and see my classes. You will have an idea like, okay, how preliminary examination will be. Okay, even though you are going to study anthropology for means, prelims is the first entrance which you have to definitely cross. You will have the strategy over there. With that, you can actually study properly. Okay, it is always, guys, better to go from question to the answer. Many people, we are all doing a mistake of just studying completely and going straight away to the question. That will not work. Always it is like better understand the question paper, better understand the question makers, and then you have to go into the uh, preparation process. That is how it works. Fine. Next, so we are preparing with 100 plus top educators, and the syllabus is like comprehensively covered. And this is the subscription details. When coming to subscription details, I am giving you my code SUBA. So I am Suba Keerthana, and my first name, okay, my first half of my name Suba is the subscription. Okay, yes. Next, see, I will be teaching in Plus soon. Okay, as of now, we are concentrating on YouTube. I will be teaching in Plus very soon. Okay, yes. So coming to this iconic and Plus, I think many of you here are like giving your first attempt 2021, planned in 2021 or this year anytime. I will suggest you iconic because it is giving you almost everything a UPSC aspirant wants, especially the personal coach and personalized feedback. Okay, everybody will not commit a same mistake. Everybody will have their own plus and minuses. For that, you need a personal coach, and that is where you need Iconic. There also, I give you my code SUBA Suba. Use it, you'll get a 10% of discount. Okay, fine. So there is one question: anthropology is the part of zoology optional? I will give answer to that. Don't worry, because that is the first and foremost topic. Is anthropology part of other subjects or other subjects part of anthropology? We'll be seeing. Fine. Yes. So in plus course, you have live classes, test series, unlimited practice, and there also you get my code SUBA for 10% discount. You all know about EMI. See, you have for 12 and 24 months course, you have a no cost EMI. Okay, you're going to split it and pay it. So that is also available there. Please do make use of it. Fine? Yes. Okay, so this is my special class session, guys. It's free, and I'm welcoming you all to my anthropology classes. Along with that, you should definitely go and look at my classes. They are all free. They're recorded, and live classes are also available. I welcome you all over there. It will be definitely useful. Fine? Yes. Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome you all to the session today. Today will be a beautiful session. So one person asked me, ma'am, anthropology is a part of zoology. Actually, I'll tell you, zoology is a part of anthropology. Okay, any subject is a part of anthropology. Because what is anthropology, first of all? You have to know that. Okay, so when you're studying environment, we'll be seeing, usually we were studying like natural causes, man-made causes. But after coming to UPSC preparation, you would have seen a term called as anthropogenic causes. What do you mean by anthro? See, actually, anthropology is study of man. Simple. Okay. What is the study of man? Fine. So what is the study of man is everything about man, his biology, his economy, his polity, his history, his evolution, culture, religion, belief system, everything will come under anthropology. The geography. So once in my class I was discussing geography decides our culture. How? For example, in India, initially India have nature worship. Okay, which we call now as Hinduism. So in Hinduism, just think, every god will be having a vehicle. Yes, Lord Shiva, he is having a vehicle. Lord Vishnu, he is having a vehicle. What? They are all animals. And then every deity will have a place which is like, very divine for them, like Mount Kailash, which is Mount Everest. So we are all nature worshippers because India is very rich in, nature resources, natural resources. The same way, when you go to Islamism, Islamism originated in, desert region. So in desert, people do not come out in the morning because it's very hot. So usually they come out in the night. So what they follow is a lunar calendar. When many part of the world is following solar calendar, Islamism follows lunar calendar because their geographical feature is like that. Okay. The same way, man is having very different things in his life which is deciding, but we people think that we are deciding our life. No. So what we will be seeing in anthropology is very interesting, guys. Seriously, very interesting. You will all, have a different view towards your life. So as someone asked me, is anthropology, zoology, anthropology is a part of zoology. We will study about zoology, yes. We are having biological anthropology also, but not only biological anthropology. Yes. So, so what happens is that every subject we will be studying in anthropology. So that is why I always told you, anthropology will help you in GS. Polity, you have anthropology, backing you up. Economy, you have anthropology backing you up. We'll all see that. Okay, so we are starting like this is the first topic. Every topic I'll go today. I will not go deep into every topic. I'm just going to give you an idea about what we will study in that particular topic. Okay, and what kind of question comes. Like orally we will be having a nice discussion. Okay, yes. See, if you have an zoology as an optional, anthropology might help, might not help, but you cannot rely completely on anthropology. Fine, for zoology optional. That I have to be very honest, guys. Fine, yes. See, every day, not every day, alternative day. Today we have a class, tomorrow we don't have. The day after tomorrow we will be having a class. Every day our class will be at 7 p.m. Cool. Our class will be at 7 p.m. every alternative day. Okay. So better what you do, you join my Telegram channel. So I have given you the Telegram channel in the description of this video. So there you have the Telegram channel, Unacademy underscore Suba Keerthana. You can join that, and I'll be sending you the link of the sessions so that you don't miss any session. Even if there is any change, you will know it immediately. Fine. So we'll go into the topics. Meaning, scope and development of anthropology. Fine. So what do you see here? As I told you, what is anthropology? So anthropology is simply the study of man. This is a basic definition. But one thing you have to keep it in your mind, whenever in anthropology or any subject, when you are writing a definition, how a definition should be. First, the definition should cover all points comprehensively. Find what is comprehensively means. You can't write a definition for one page. Maximum 4 or 5 lines should do. In that you should give the crux, the major important points of the definition. Second, your definition should be unquestionable, which means should be accepted universally. Okay, accepted by everyone. Fine. And third one is that I would suggest use definitions of a expert of that particular field. We'll be seeing many anthropologists, so we very important. Those anthropologists are very important. So in that situation, we will be like using all these points, and we have many definitions for single topic, and you can choose. Within this criteria, you can choose an definition. So first of all, we will be seeing the meaning. Scope. What is scope? Where are all anthropology useful? Okay. Yes. See guys. Okay. See guys. Covering this subject, if you ask me, anthropology has a comparatively smaller syllabus. So minimum of 50 sessions. Minimum of 50 sessions I will take. Okay. And then we will not just discuss the topics alone. We will also discuss the answer writing, because the discussion of topics will be only 50 percentage. The answer writing discussion will make the another 50 percentage. Fine. So that's very important. So don't hurry up or don't rush up. I will suggest you don't rush up in finishing the syllabus. You don't have something called as finishing the syllabus. It's about completing it, complete understanding, and you should also know how to write. Okay. Fine. This is what I will tell you. I'm a beginner, ma'am. Would anthropology help in preparation? Definitely, it will help you in preparation. When you all, when you all see this discussion, you will understand. Fine. Yes, I will definitely start course in Unacademy. First of all, in this meaning, scope, and development of anthropology, how anthropology has developed, what are the types or branches of anthropology we'll be seeing. And then relationship with other disciplines. So what is anthropology having a relationship with other disciplines? It can be social sciences, history, geography, and then you have society, sociology. All these will come in social sciences. Behavioral sciences, psychology, okay, and then life sciences and medical sciences, related to medicine, how anthropology is very important. Earth sciences, geography, we'll be studying about geography and humanities, literature part. uh, you can ask me a doubt, ma'am, how is anthropology linked with all these things? See, coming to social sciences, in society, especially man is a social animal. So when man is a social animal, the society is what making the human race a very successful one. Listen to me, human beings are one single species, guys. We're not different species. We will definitely study about racism. Okay, in that you will understand it very well. So how is anthropology helpful in this? How we'll be studying here is, we'll be seeing how these two are helpful among each other. What are all the differences between anthropology and other subjects, other disciplines? We'll be discussing this. In these questions, you will be asked question in the UPSC examination, like compare sociology and anthropology. That kind of questions might come. Or what is the relationship between Anthropology and geography, that question can come. Okay, what is the relationship between anthropology and economics? Obviously you have a relationship between anthropology and economics. Okay, fine. Yes, yes, I will definitely give questions for practices, don't worry. Okay, yes. Next, main branches of anthropology, their scope and relevance. See, anthropology we will also study in this format. We will be dividing anthropology into socio-cultural anthropology, biological anthropology, sometimes called as physical anthropology, and then we'll be studying about archaeological anthropology, and then linguistic anthropology. Linguistics means language. Okay, language is a window to a culture. So if you have to understand a culture, you have to understand a language. So we will also be seeing the linkage between language and culture. Okay, so one more thing is, if a language is very mature, okay, there are many languages in the world. So some language will be only in the written format, some language will be only in the spoken format, they don't have a proper grammar, all these things are there. But there are few languages which are, self-sustainable, and they have everything within them. There is a proper grammar, there is a proper spoken form, there is a proper literature in that. Then that language we call it as a mature language. If a language is mature, the culture also will be so mature. Okay, so that is how we will be seeing the linkage between language and culture, especially in India. Now we know very well how the political situation is based on the language. So when you understand this, this topic, you will be definitely getting questions in society, social justice, essay questions can come, ethics question can come. Everybody will be writing, this and that, but you can actually write it with a proper backup, with a proper, proof, like how language is important in cultures, all these things. Fine. In every controversial topic, we will be studying, as I'm telling you one thing, we'll be studying so much controversial topics. We'll be studying many topics which in a country we think it as inappropriate. Okay, in which we have social taboos that we don't speak about. One important concept is mensuration. Mensuration is a biological functioning of a women, that in our country, in our culture, it is not openly spoken. So that also we'll be studying. So when you finish the anthropology, you'll have a very different ideology about many things in our culture. Fine, fine. So we'll be studying about socio-cultural anthropology, biological anthropology, archaeological anthropology, and linguistic anthropology. So in these things, in general, you can get question related to what do you mean by socio-cultural anthropology, or explain, describe, all these things can be asked. Or simply, what are the main branches of anthropology and their scope and relevance? Okay, so that also can be asked, or they will be asking you explain any two of the main branches of anthropology. That kind of questions also can be asked. Fine, yes. I will also give you the book resources name, don't worry. Fine, yes. Coming to human evolution, emergence of man. See, related to human evolution, religion speaks about something, but the science is completely different. Here we'll be talking about the biological and cultural factors. You can all question, the biological factor is fine. What do you mean by cultural factor, ma'am? Obviously, cultural factor also have a say on human evolution. How? The food we eat, food habit is a part of culture. Fine. So we have different cuisines. So different cuisines is based on the culture. Okay. Now do you understand? Because certain cuisine, Chinese cuisine will be having a different kinds of food based on their culture and their belief system. And Indian cuisine will have a different kind of food based on Indian culture. So the culture will have an influence of human evolution. The kind of food we eat actually had an evolutionary part on our jaw structure. Initially, the human beings before evolution were feeding on nuts and fruits. So you have to crack a nut, you need a very strong jaw. That time our jaw structure was different. Later, when we invented fire, we went for cooked food. When we went for cooked food, we started consuming soft food, like cooked chicken, cooked meat, cooked rice, wheat, anything it can be. So when you started chewing the soft food, you did not have we did not have a need of having very strong tooth. Long jaw was not needed. So the jaw started changing. One best example I'll tell you guys. You will all, when you are crossing the age of 22, 23, you'll be having this wisdom tooth. The last tooth will come out. Initially, people did not, take that tooth out. But nowadays, many people, I mean, almost, 70 to 80 percentage of people go to the dentist to remove that wisdom tooth because the jaw size is decreasing. We are, feeding on cooked food and the jaw size is decreasing. Now we have to remove that, wisdom tooth. Okay, so that is the most important thing. These kind of how cultural factor is, changing the human evolution, how biological factor is, changing the human evolution. When we started walking on two legs, we were, we were following quadrupedalism, then we went to bipedalism. When you went to bipedalism, what was the physical changes? Our head started standing erect. Okay, when you see a monkey, the head will be like, your spine will be like this, head will be like this. Okay, can you all see me? Your spine will be like this and your head will be like this. But now our spine like this and head is vertically placed on that. We will see all these differences, how it got changed, which is a factor that started to change all these things. We'll be seeing in a very interesting format. And then theories of organic evolution. Coming to evolution, we divide evolution into three different parts. So Darwin. So what is Darwinism? Before Darwin, that is pre-Darwinian theories. So before Darwin, what were the evolutionary theories? After Darwin, what are the evolutionary theories? We'll be seeing that also. Fine. So in theories, what you will be studying is what is that theory, and then what are the important features of that theory. I mean, who proposed that theory? What are the important features of that theory? What is the limitations or criticisms of that theory? It will be very simple. Okay, see, all the topics we are going to study in a very simple understandable format, nothing very deep. Don't worry, like, ma'am, you are like scaring me. Don't worry, we are not going to jump very deep. We are going to have a very broad understanding perspective. Fine. Next, synthetic theory of evolution. In that we have Dawes rule, Cope's rule, Gauss rule, parallelism, what is convergence. These things all I will like compare and discuss. We'll be comparing these things and we'll be discussing. So don't worry. Okay, so in these are all very simple basic concepts. I will be giving you an example. Okay, and when I talk about example in anthropology, guys, example is very, very important. No question will be there, for you without giving examples. Do you understand this? Everywhere you need an example. Don't worry, there are so many examples, guys. You can find it out. Do not worry about, you have it in internet, you have it in day-to-day life. Don't worry about at all. Fine. Next, characteristics of primates. So we all come under primate. We all come under primates. We'll be especially studying about primate evolutionary trend, primate taxonomy, primate adaptations, arboreal and terrestrial. When we were living on the trees, how primates, what are the adaptations primates have? When people were in terrestrial, what are the adaptations? For example, when we are, jumping from tree to tree, we need very strong hands. But when we came to terrestrial, we needed strong legs. Okay, so all these kind of things we'll be seeing. And then primate behavior, tertiary and quaternary fossil primates, living major primates. Presently, what are the living major primates? Okay, definitely I will give you questions, Kavya, don't worry. Fine, I will definitely give you questions. When every topic we cover, we'll be discussing the questions also. Cool, fine. Comparative anatomy of man and apes, skeletal changes due to erect posture. Very important question, guys. And one more doubt you might have, ma'am, when we are seeing biological factors, we should be drawing diagrams, right? What to do? Don't worry. No one will expect you to be an artist. A very neat diagram that you can understand, yes, this is a diagram, and proper labeling of the parts. That's all. Okay. You need not even use pencil. You can use pencil or pen. Don't worry about it. Very simple diagrams they are all. Okay. You need not actually draw a proper man, ape. No, just neat diagram, simple diagrams, you can label it. That's all they expect. Okay, fine. Yes, obviously anthropology is scoring paper. See why anthropology, I have created a video. In that I gave you a list, for the past 3 years what are the marks scored. Fine, so don't worry about it. Next, phylogenetic status, characteristics and geographical distribution of the following. See, these people are like ancestors of human beings, the present day human beings. We'll be seeing about them. Physical anthropology this is. Don't worry about physical anthropology. So when it comes to physical anthropology, we'll be just discussing, compare them. We'll be like arranging them in the chronological order. We'll be comparing them. What is the difference in their physical features? That is what we are going to do. Very simple, guys. The name will be like very different, but don't worry about it at all. You'll be seeing like what is the major change from the previous one. That one point is very important. And what is the evolutionary factor in them? And then are they like advanced future? Are they like primitive future? All these things we'll be seeing. Fine? Yes. I will definitely, guys, coming to anthropology, you don't have a single source. Okay, any optional, you won't be having a very single source, but I will give you a list of books which you have to study. I will also, don't worry, I will also give you the, in class you can take notes like, you can, this, obviously this class will be recorded and then you have to take notes, all these things. Yes, yes, Rakesh. Brain capacity. On the other term, I will tell you body to brain ratio. What is body to brain ratio? Many people will think the weight of the brain will be equated with the intelligence. Fine, I'll tell you one thing. Elephant will have a very big brain. You know that. Whale will have a even more bigger brain. That doesn't mean whale is very much intelligent than elephant. Human beings are less intelligent than elephant. No, not like that. See, the body to brain ratio is very important. What is body to brain ratio? The weight of body, the weight of body to the weight of brain. It is the body to brain ratio. This ratio is very important. In human beings, we have a very good, body to brain ratio compared to many animals. Animals have a very big brain, but that doesn't mean the animals are more intelligent. We'll be seeing that, how this body to brain ratio changed, and then what are all these things we'll be seeing. Obviously, the brain capacity, the abilities of brain started increasing. That also we'll be seeing. Fine, cool. Next. Yes, yes, I will give you the PDF, don't worry. Fine. Next, we'll be seeing all these people are like our ancestors, Neanderthals. We'll be seeing what is the difference between the present, human beings and Neanderthals, Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. All these things we'll be seeing. Fine. Next, the biological basis of life. Okay, biological basis of life. This is where you need the zoology, guys. You need zoology here. The basic, we know about cell. What is cell? The basic unit of life. DNA structure, what we studied in 10th standard biology is what we need here. What is replication? What is protein synthesis? What do you mean by gene? What do you mean by mutation? Any change in the genetic structure is called as mutation. Okay. What is chromosome? Collection of genes. And then cell division. How does cell division takes place? Basic zoology. This we will all be studying. This if you study, guys, this will also help you in GS. GS prelims, this will help you. Definitely this will help you. The basic science, the basic cell biology. This we will be we have started studying from 6th standard. 6th standard to 10th standard what you studied, that's all. Even in your 12th standard, if you haven't studied biology, no problem at all. Okay, the basic cell. That is what we'll be studying here. Yes, mitosis, meiosis. Mitosis takes place during growth. Meiosis takes place during reproductive reproductive cells. All these things we'll be seeing. How does that take place? What is the difference? And then what is chromosomes? What are the types of chromosomes? What is DNA structure? Everything we'll be seeing. Fine. Very simple part we'll be seeing. Next, principles of prehistoric archaeology. Did you see this somewhere? You'll be seeing studying it in ancient history. The same, guys. Ancient history with a bit more examples. Examples will be there. you know. And we'll also see what is the dating methods. Dating means how do you find, if you're finding an archaeological object, how old it is, how do you date it, that we'll be seeing. Okay, the basic methods, no, not much deeper. What are the methods, what is the unique feature of each method, that will do. Okay, and Paleolithic, Neolithic, Mesolithic, Chalcolithic, Iron Age, Copper, Bronze Age, everything we have studied in ancient history, just a revision of all those things will do. Fine. Next, nature of culture. From here starts the very interesting and important topic. This is not just for anthropology, not just for UPSC. From this topic, I want you to understand it for your life also, because many people in us, we have the problem of ethnocentrism. Okay, what is ethnocentrism? We think that the culture we belong to, or even more, the ethnicity that we belong to is the best. That is what we think. Okay, in ethnocentrism, this thought process, the ethnicity we belong to is the best. What happens is that this is resulting in many judgments, prejudices, and stereotypes towards other religion. Do you understand? Fine. So what we will do is we'll be studying what is ethnocentrism, what are the problems arising out of ethnocentrism. We'll be studying that. Fine. Cultural relativism. Cultural relativism means I understand your culture based on my culture. I relate my culture with your culture so that I respect your culture. We need ethnocentrism, we need cultural relativism also. Because of cultural relativism, we have positives and negatives. We'll be seeing all those things. What is ethnocentrism? What is cultural relativism? Very important concept. This you can not just use it in anthropology. These concepts you can use it in essay topic also. Other than anthropology students, no one will be using these concepts in essay. Very interesting concepts. The concept and characteristics of culture. What do you call as a culture? What is a culture actually? We all speak like, culture, culture, culture. What is culture actually? All these things we'll be seeing. Okay. Yes, I will cover the syllabus. Don't worry, guys. Okay, fine. Nature of society. What is a society? What is the link between society and culture? What are the social institutions, social groups, and social stratification? Stratification is that layers in society or divisions in the society, layers of society. So, what are the different types of layers in the society? On what basis the layers of society is formed? All these things we'll be seeing. Okay, fine. See, guys, when it comes to this, cultural relativism, I'll give you one interesting example. In Eskimo community, just give me an answer. According to Indian society, is suicide accepted? Yes, tell me. See, here on YouTube, we will have classes, guys. Don't worry. As of now, we have classes on YouTube. Don't worry at all. Fine. Now just answer me. In Indian culture, is suicide accepted? No. Obviously, it's a very negative concept. Fine. It's a negative concept. But in Eskimo community, we know Eskimos. Eskimos live in the Arctic. Okay. In Eskimo community, suicide is seen as an act of pride. Why? Why suicide is seen as an act of pride? See, there in Eskimo community in Arctic region, we know that the resources are very scarce. That is, especially when winter comes, it is very hard to find food. So the old people, what they do, the elderly people, what they do, they go and when there is a snowstorm, they just go and give their life so that the future generations or the younger generation will have a proper resource. Fine, it's a kind of sacrifice there. They think it as an act of pride, act of sacrifice. That is what is this cultural relativism. See, in ethnocentrism and cultural relativism, according to Indian society, we all only see in the form of our own culture, and we start judging other culture. Okay, so that is what we'll be seeing. What are the problems based on ethnocentrism? What are the good things related to cultural relativism, negativism, all these things. Fine, yes. Next, marriage. Okay, very interesting concept, very important concept. In our country, or any country, marriage, we see it as a union of two people. But marriage has many different reasons. It's a biological union, it's an economical union. Obviously, when two people get married, will they help each other for economy or not? It's not, I'm not just talking about working women, guys. Even the women in homemakers do contribute economically. Who take care of budget of family? Who takes off household chores? See, when you are just calculating the remuneration of household chores, minimum of 30,000 she'll be earning per month. Taking care of children, cooking, cleaning the house, everything, minimum of 30,000 a household women should, keep. Okay. So this is an, cultural, socially accepted biological cultural union, also moral support, emotional support to each other, with an idea of rearing children, with an idea of reproduction. Fine. So that is what is marriage. So generally we have a very different ideology about marriage, but when you study in anthropology, we'll be seeing the 360 degree of marriage. How culturally it is important, how economically it is important. For women, how much important it is. For men, how much important it is. For children, how much important it is. And we'll also be seeing about in Indian society how marriage is taking place, how it is changing. Okay, today today live-in relationships are also, live-in relationships are also becoming recognized. Okay, that is, in domestic violence cases, live-in relationships are also considered. In live-in relationship, if there is any domestic violence, that is also a valid case. That also can be taken by the Supreme Court. Even though live-in relationship are not, live-in relationship means there is no legal sanction. Okay, sometimes social sanctions are also not available there. So we'll be seeing that also. Find how in India, in world, how marriage is looked at, how it is important for everyone. 360 degree of marriage will be seen. Okay, and then definition and universality. Is marriage universal? Yes, many social institutions are universal, but the rituals they follow, but the perception towards marriage changes. Laws of marriages. What are the different laws of marriages? What are the different types of marriages? Then what is endogamy? What is exogamy? What is hypergamy? Hypogamy? Incest taboo? All these things will be seen. Endogamy is marrying within that particular group. That group can be anything. It can be a caste, it can be community, it can be religion, everything comes under endogamy. Marrying within a particular social group is called as endogamy. Exogamy, outside the group. If I belong to a particular group, I'm marrying outside. That is exogamy. Hypergamy, someone above us in the social status. Hypo, someone below us in the social status. Incest taboo. There are certain rules and regulations in the society whom they should not marry. It varies from different cultures. Fine. In certain cultures, the cousins do not marry. In certain cultures, cousins do marry. So what are the incest taboo? All these things will be seen. Okay, incest taboo in different societies. All these things we'll be discussing. What are the types of marriage? Monogamy, polygamy, polyandry, group marriage. They're all interesting, guys. Obviously they're all interesting. We'll be wondering, okay, we only know Indian culture and especially the culture we belong to. But when you study all these things, we all think, we all talk about character. Okay, you will understand that you can't actually judge someone's character. You don't have the right to judge that. Okay, most of the problems in the society today is because of that. We think that we have the right to judge others. You know what? Nobody has the right to judge others. Everybody have their individuality. Every culture it varies. It's very easy to sit here and judge someone from a very different country, someone from different culture, or within your culture or within your home. Even inside your home, you don't have the right to judge someone's character. You will understand all these things. Okay. Even the marriage is, there is a definition of marriage, there is universality. At the same time, there are different laws of marriages also there. You will be understanding that very well here. What are the functions of marriage? Fine, you talk about marriage. You know very well that in Indian society, when a girl is born and a boy is born, immediately the parents think about marriage. They start, saving for marriage. Okay, that important marriages. Fine. Is that the only function? It has so many functions: biological functions, economic functions, social functions, and then moral functions, all these things. Okay. Marriage regulations. What are the rules and regulations? Preferential, prescriptive, proscriptive, all these things we'll see. Marriage payments. What is marriage payments? Bride wealth and dowry. So dowry is something the bride gives to the bridegroom's family. Bride wealth is something the bridegrooms give to the bride. That is, when a man is marrying a woman, he should give some wealth to the bride's family because he is taking a labor. Okay, if she is in the father's home, she will do some work. She is taking to his home. Second, he is taking the fertility of that family. If she is there, she can, give children who will also be helpful in future economically, socially. But that also is going to the other house. For compensating that, the bridegroom should give some wealth. That is called as bride wealth. Dowry, on the other hand, is given because when, now or any time, bridegroom, there is some situation where bridegroom cannot support a bride. In that situation, the dowry should help the bride. Okay, yes. And then what happens is that we will also see how these two things are degrading the status of women. Very important, guys. Even though we say that dowry is to support women, in our country or in many countries, we know that very well, dowry is not actually going to the women. It is actually going to the bridegroom's family. Sometimes it is not even helpful for bride. Sometimes it is even destructive on bride. We know very well how many suicides are there. We do have Dowry Prohibition Act. That also you should use it here. Fine, I always told you, GS will help you in anthropology. Anthropology will help you in GS. So don't worry about it at all. Okay, coming to this paper one, static and dynamic. Okay, I will tell you this, guys. Every optional will have static portion and dynamic portion. So when it comes to marriage definition and universality, we speak about static part. But when you give examples, they are dynamic part. Okay, so that is the major thing. In every topic, you have a static part and a dynamic part. In every topic. Okay, it's not like paper one is static, paper two is dynamic. No. Paper one has static and dynamic part, paper two has its own static and dynamic part. But I will tell you, keep updated. And one person has asked, will current affairs play a role? Definitely current affairs will play a role. When you see about a tribe, use it. When you see about any Supreme Court judgments related to all these social institutions like religion, marriage, family, do use it. Okay, obviously current affairs play a major role in marriage. It is your intelligence that you use the data properly, appropriately for anthropology, you score really well. Okay, don't worry, I will help you, I will guide you in that also. Fine. Next, family. Especially in our country, we know the importance of family. Okay, what is the definition and universality? So in one of my classes, I told you that, very famous anthropologist Margaret Mead, she was, she's a female anthropologist. When she was asked a question once, what do you see as the first step of civilization? Everybody expected she will say religion, culture, all these things, but she said a broken and repaired femur bone. Because when a person is hurt, in any in animal kingdom, if an animal is hurt, especially when the femur bone is hurt, it cannot survive at all. But human beings can survive because we have family to take care of us. If someone is breaking the femur bone, he'll be taken to a hospital. He can't do his day to day work. He can't just go and walk to restroom. He can't go and have his own food. Someone should be helping him. For that we needed family. Okay, so family again will help us biologically, economically, socially, everything. And also based on the family, there is linkage with social stratification also. Okay, so we'll be seeing all those things. Fine. Yes, definition, universality, family, household and domestic groups, and then functions of family, types of family, and then what are the structure, what is blood relation, marriage, residence and succession. After marriage, what happens? Not just yeah, after marriage, what happens? The residence changes. In one of my classes, and when I was discussing what is a major reason for migration, someone asked me, will current affairs help? See this. Major reason for migration according to the 2011 census, marriage is the major reason for migration, guys. Many people answered education, ma'am, business, ma'am. About 46% of migration in our country is because of marriage. That too, rural to rural marriage is contributing the majority of migration. Fine. Did you all expect this? We will be thinking like, I go for education, ma'am. Many people study in hostel. Many people go for work here and there. Marriage contributes to about 46 to 49 percentage of migration. In that also, 97% is women who are getting migrated. Okay, so these concept will definitely help you. See that is where it comes residence, where they live after marriage. Okay, that also we'll be studying. There are names for that. Okay, this is from 2011 census. Just go and see that, check it. Okay, fine. And then feminist movements on family. How now the feminism, urbanization, industrialization, and feminist movements have changed the structure of family. Now the women and men are equal. Sometimes women are having upper hand in many families in Indian society also. Fine, because she is economically independent. When a woman is economically independent, she has right to body. So what does right to body means? She decides how many children she should bear, how many children she should give birth to. So when an economic independence is given to women, we can control the population of our country. See how I am linking it? I'm earning really well. So I have an independence in my mind. So there is no one to compel me to do something. Okay, they should either respectfully convince me or they should, convince me. So what happens when I'm economically sound? I'm not dependent on anyone economically. On the other words, I'm not dependent on anyone for survival. So it's because of the mutual respect the marriage runs. Number two, when the marriage is based on the mutual respect, the women also have a decision making in the family. When she is making the decisions, she needs time for economical support. So what she does, she has a care on her health. So she decides how many children she has to bear. So when she decides how many children she has to bear, obviously she will not decide I will, give 10 children birth. No, she will say that, okay, 2 children, 1 child, 3 children, okay, fine. Maximum of 3 children. So now by giving the economic support, economic independence to women, you are giving, control on demography transition. This point you can use it in GS paper also. Okay, see feminism, gender equality, I don't know how other people talk about, but what we are going to do is we are going to remain neutral. We should talk about both positives and negatives. So I told you the positives of feminism, feminist movement on family, urbanization, industrialization. I will talk about the negative. Because of this, because of urbanization, industrialization, and feminist movement, the family has become weaker structure now. Okay, because for economical benefits, women live in some place and men live in some place. So what happens, the family structure become weakens, the children are not getting concentrated, more nuclear families are generated. Nuclear families are one of the most important reasons for the harassment on children. Okay, the cultural change in children. So we are going to talk about both plus and minus. We are not going to promote anything in the anthropology. Keep that in mind, guys. Fine. So if you think that we are going to promote something, we are going to be rational. We are going to talk about whatever is there in every society, every culture, and we'll be analyzing the plus and minus. Yes, we should have a proper balance. We should speak what is right, what is true. Okay, it's not like you should support feminism, you should not support feminism. No, you will be talking both. That is what is rationalism means. We should be more rational. Fine, cool. Next, kinship. Kinship is very important. Family is a small group, but kinship is a very big group. Okay, so we'll be talking about what is consanguinity, affinity, principles and type of descent, unilineal, double, bilateral, ambilineal, forms of descent groups, lineage, clan, fratry, moiety, kindred. What are these? So we call it relations. Generally, we call it relations. Okay, we'll be seeing in detail how it changes in different society, what are the kinship terminologies, and then complementary, what is this descent, alliance, okay, based on alliance, how we form kinship, all these things. Fine, so we'll be seeing all these things. Very important because when money is to west, kins are to east. In eastern part of the world, we give more importance to kinship. I'll give you one important example. You would have all watched these Korean dramas, okay? You would have also watched some, Western series. So in these two dramas, the Western series, you talk about crime, money, you talk about love story, yes, but in East you talk about love story and how the kinship will have impact on your love story. We talk about how the society is having an impact. So there is a difference in the movie, even the movie you watch. Okay, so that is what we'll be seeing in kinship. Okay, yes. Next, economic organization. Coming to this formalist and substantivist, see, formalists are the one who speak that economy is different from culture, and the economic rules are universal. But substantivists say that no, economy is linked with culture. Culture. Okay, I'll give you one small example, guys. I don't want to go to many different example. Very simple. During Diwali, okay, during Diwali, just imagine these textile industry, just imagine this, fashion industry, sweets, food, gift, okay. During Rakhi festival, many couriers, pass because we send Rakhi to our brothers. See, economy is linked with culture. In many places, the culture is even more value than economy. Okay, so that is what we'll be seeing here. Okay, that we will be seeing how, what are the principles governing production, distribution and exchange, reciprocity, what is reciprocity, redistribution, what is market, all these things we'll be seeing. See, this redistribution is very interesting concept. What happens in redistribution? Everyone will go hunt or do something and give back the food to the head of that particular community, and the head will distribute the resource. What is reciprocity? We'll see. What is market? We'll see. All these things we'll be seeing. We'll be seeing about hunting and gathering, fishing. Swedening is slash and burn method. In northeastern India, it is very famous, slash and burn method. Okay, that is, they slash and burn a part of forest and do agriculture. When the land loses the fertility, they go to some other land. That is called a slash and burn. Fine. And then we see pastoralism, horticulture, how these systems work, how culture and economy is linked in that place. All these things we'll be seeing. Okay. In our country, just imagine, just think, your family will give importance to the culture or money? Will every family allow, to, just change their culture because of money? On the other hand, go to some other culture where they value money more than their, kins. Everything is present. They are not wrong, we are not right. It depends upon the resources. So in Eskimo community, when the elders are suiciding, it is thought as an act of pride. But in other culture where resources are very much available, when elders suicide, it is a shame for the younger generation. Okay, this is what we will be comparing and studying. How culture plays a major role in terms of economic organization. Fine. Next, political organization, guys. Just answer me one question. You want to do something, okay, something revolutionary. So when you think about something revolutionary, you think about the government first, or you think about your family first. What will my family think? What will my father say? What will my mother say? What will my friends think about? That is what we will be seeing here. We will also be seeing the political organization and social control. Because law, when we talk about political organization, we talk about law, but we don't have law for almost everything to control in our society. Do you understand? Our family will say what others will think, what our society will think. That is what is social control. Obviously, social control is good. With social control, only the society is in peace. We'll be seeing the both plus and minus, or both the positive and negatives of the social controls. What are the types of social controls? What do you mean by power? Who has power? Who has power in a community? On what basis that person has power in the community? Is it based on the caste? Is it based on the physical strength? Is it based on the religion? All these things we'll be seeing. What is the concept of power? What does kingdom and state mean? What does chiefdom means? Authority and legitimacy. What is social control? Law and justice in simple societies. Simple societies don't have governments, but how law and justice work there, all these things we'll be seeing. Wonderful examples, guys, we'll be seeing that. Next, religion, most important part, very, very, very important. Many people have an ideology towards religion. Religion is not equated to God. Religion is not equated to God. The reason for religion is many things. Okay, some people believe in God, some people is religious, some people is spiritual. You should not, confuse all these things. Okay, so what is religion? What are the anthropological approaches to the study of religion? Evolutionary, psychological, functional, all these things we'll be seeing. What are the functions of religion? Just imagine, guys, when you are in trouble, what do? Immediately you pray God. We don't know will God help or not, but you have a moral support. That is religion. Okay, so that is what we'll see. We say about monotheism, polytheism, single god, many god, sacred and profane. What does that mean? Myths, rituals, form of religion in tribal and peasant societies, animism, animatism, fetishism, and then naturalism, totemism, all these things we'll be seeing. Religion, magic, and science distinguished. There is a difference between religion, magic, and science. We know that we know that, normally we know that, but we won't be able to write it in the paper. But in this discussion, you will actually be able to write it in the context. You will be having the text. Okay, magical religious functionalities like we have priest, shaman, medicine man, sorcerer, witch. All these things we'll be seeing. Fine. So religion is one important part. So apart from anthropology, apart from anything, I'll tell you humanity comes first. Okay, I repeat it in many classes. I will repeat it 100 times. If you are not a human being, if you are not having humanity, there is no use you belong to any religion. Okay, keep that in mind. That is what you will be seeing here also. How religion changes from people to people, how religion changes from culture to culture. What is the need for religion? All these things we'll be seeing. Okay, fine. Next, anthropological theories. Coming to this, see here what kind of questions you will get. You will be getting very simple questions, don't worry. They'll just pick some topic here, explain lineage, types of lineage, like that. What is kinship terminology? Explain with example. That kind of questions only usually we get. When you understand the concept properly, you can write it beautifully. Okay, what are the what are the types of religion in the simple societies? What is social control? Write with examples. You get examples from day to day life, but I will tell you in the how to score 300 plus also, I told you for every point here you need a proper notes. Okay, I can suggest you books, but I want you to prepare your notes. Your note should be unique. You are going to listen to my class. I will give you source also, use that also. You are going to prepare notes with proper unique examples. There are n number of examples. It's not like you should use only my example. You take your own example and write. It can be, but it should be an authenticated example. It's not like some story or something. It should be an authenticated example. Okay, yes. See, actually, I'm trying to, the syllabus is really short. Okay, I'm able to explain you in 2 hours the complete syllabus. Just imagine. Okay, I'm just trying to help you, so it seems like long. But if you compare the syllabus with the other subjects, it's really short, guys. I'm telling you. Fine, next. Anthropological theories. You have, important theories. When it comes to the theories, what you should need, you should know about what is a theory. Okay, definition of that theory, and then you have to know who are the anthropologists who talk about that theory. You should know about that anthropology. Okay, information related to that person, what are the book they released. Okay, and then difference between the other theories. These are the important points, you should keep it in mind. Fine, so that is what is very important. Obviously when it is interesting, you won't find it tough. Number one. Number two, this is not tough also, so don't worry. Okay, So just see functionalism. What is functionalism is? Function is very important. Structure is very important. Structure and function both are important in a culture. All these things will be seen. Okay. So very important concepts. Very interesting too. Theories are most important concepts. We'll discuss them in detail. Okay. Fine. Culture, language, and communication. See, one thing I can guarantee you guys, anthropology is interesting. Okay. I cannot comment on any optional because I don't know about them. But anthropology is quite interesting. That is what I can tell you. You know, when you write and when you study, it's very interesting. It's like you don't get stressed because of the syllabus. You'll have fun when you're studying anthropology. Okay, so you should have a balance between the interesting part and the writing part. Some people fall in love with anthropology and they end up doing PG and not doing the subject for optional. I want you all to have a balance between the subject and the mark. Okay, our thought here is to do well in the examination. Simple. Okay, then we'll be okay. Coming back to this, we'll be seeing culture, language, and communication, linguistic anthropology again. Okay, very important. What is verbal communication, context of language use, all these things. Okay, you would have noticed something. You know, some words will be unique to some languages. You don't have that word in some other languages. If you search meaning for that particular word, you won't have meaning. That is what is the unique feature of every language and culture. Okay, yes. And then research methodology, very simple, very basic. Okay, what are the methodologies? You will have, you know, like observation, interview, schedules, questionnaire, case study, genealogy, life history. This is all very simple. You have to know what is what. That's all. Nothing much. Okay. Human genetics. See, this genetics part will also help you in GS. Very important. Genetics is very important. See, what is twin study, co-twin method, cytogenetic method, chromosomal karyotype analysis, what is DNA technology, immunological methods, everything you have studied already. Don't worry, I will explain you clearly. Basic diagrams, basic understanding. That's all. You won't. Some people will be asking, ma'am, will we have so much terminologies? You do have terminologies, guys. Okay, you do have terminologies. I won't tell you. I can't keep telling you it's very easy, very easy. Obviously, this is not easy. Like you can't study and go and write. Definitely, you should put in effort. Sincere effort and understanding will take you to places. That is what is the thing. This is also basic. You need not be a zoologist. You need not be a person who's well versed in genetics. The basics you will be understanding. That's all. Okay, man family study method, pedigree analysis. Pedigree analysis will be drawing this, female, male, they marry, they have children. This is pedigree analysis, so that you can draw pedigree so that you find if there is any disease running in a family or any particular character running in a family, all these things. Fine. Next, Mendelian genetics. We'll be studying about lethal, sublethal gene, polygenetic inheritance in man, all these things. Basic genetics which you studied in school, nothing much. Fine. But you need sincerity. Don't have a stereotype that it's tough. Okay, fine. See, socio or anthro have the upper hands in means. What do you mean by socio or anthro? I don't understand. Please, give a different phrase so that I properly understand. Please try to rephrase your question. Okay. You ask about sociology and anthropology, or you're asking about what? Are you asking about sociology? Anthro is an umbrella subject. In anthropology, you have socio-anthropology, and then you have okay, okay. Questions do repeat in anthropology. Old question papers are very important. Old questions are very important. Just try to get a compilation of old questions. Very important. Fine. Next. Concept of genetic polymorphism, selection, Mendelian population, Hardy-Weinberg law. This all will be interesting, guys. What is genetic drift? What is inbreeding? What is selection? All these things we'll be seeing. Okay. So what will be the problem of inbreeding? I'll give you a very simple example. You could all seen these dogs. Okay, dog is very famous pet. I'm talking about the pet industry. So you have something called as teacup puppies. What is that teacup puppies? As the name suggests, they can actually fit in teacup. Okay. So what does that mean? It's very small. Why it is very small is actually they have done inbreeding, which means no variation. They just have a very small population and they breed among themselves. Is that good? Actually, it is very bad. Okay. So if you do inbreeding, what happens? There will be a genetic load, which means you have same kind of genes. So there is any problem for that particular gene. For example, gene A, everybody in that particular group is having gene A. There is a disease which only kills people who have gene A. Possible. What happens in that particular group? 90% of gene A, everybody will die. Instead, if you are having breeding outside, okay, breeding outside the particular group, few people will have gene A, some people will have gene AB, some people will have B. So what happens? Only 20% of or 10% will get affected. That is why they say that it's better to marry, different people. It is better to breed among different group instead of doing inbreeding. Okay, yes. So that is what is very, very important, guys. This is all we'll see. What is consanguineous and non-consanguineous meeting, genetic load, genetic effect of consanguineous and cousin marriages. See, that is what they say. Some in Indian culture especially, what people will do is, it is very common to marry the maternal uncle's son or daughter. So maternal or paternal aunt, son or daughter. So what happens? The gene is very close to each other. So we have the concept of genetic load. Because of that, what will happen? This cousin marriage, what will happen? All these things we'll be seeing. Fine? Okay, next. Chromosomes, chromosomal aberrations, very important for GS also, not just for anthropology, very important in GS also. For science and technology, what we study? We study about sex chromosomal aberrations. What is super female, intersex and other syndromic orders, Klinefelter syndrome, Turner syndrome, all these things we'll be seeing. Okay, or you have to know the name, what is the aberration, what is the physical feature for them. That is what you will be seeing. Don't worry, very, very important and very simple too. Okay, systematically if you prepare, if you have a proper notes, it's really easy. Fine, next. Autosomal aberration, Down syndrome is very common, we'll be seeing that, and then we'll be seeing all these kind of syndromes. Which part, which chromosome is the aberration? Is it trisomy? What is this? We'll be seeing. Genetic imprints in human disease, genetic screening, genetic counseling. Now genetic counseling is very common. How? So when people want to get married, they go for a genetic counseling. They check the gene of people and they suggest, we see astrology during marriage, but I suggest genetic counseling is very important. Okay, not just for marriage, in many places genetic counseling is important. Okay, can these two people marry? If they two marry, what will be the effect in the children, the positive and negative effects? All these things we will be seeing. Human DNA profiling, gene mapping, genome study, all these things. Okay, these are all important for GS also, guys. Okay, not just for anthropology, for GS also. Race and racism. What is the stereotype related to racism? Is racism a true factor? What is the biological basis of morphological variation of non-metric and metric characters? I will tell you one thing, guys. Environmental factor is very important. Okay, why people are having dark skin? Because they live in sunshine countries, which means they have a very good sunlight. When they have a very good sunlight, their melanin pigment works and they have a dark skin. But there is no change in gene for because of that. Okay, so there is no specific genetic structure for that. So that is what we'll be seeing. What is the racial criteria? What are the racial traits, relation to heredity and environment, biological basis of racial classification, racial differentiation, race crossing in man? What will happen in race crossing in man? All these things we'll be seeing. What is race and racism? Very important concept, especially in today's world. We know how race and racism is having a very big problem. Okay, when casteism is a local problem, I mean the problem in a particular nation, racism is a universal problem. Racism is present in every country. We do have racism. In India, we do have racism. We are not able to accept a person, accept a heroine or a hero who is dark in nature. Even at least heroes are accepted, but heroines, when they are dark in nature, they are not that much accepted. We look for a people who have fair skin. So that is called as racism. We will be seeing in the biological factor, societal factor, environmental factor, all these things will be seen. Fine. Next, age, sex, population variation as genetic marker. Okay, blood groups, and then we'll be seeing what are the blood enzymes, physiological factors, hemoglobin level, body fat, pulse rate, respiratory functions, sensory perception in different socio-cultural economic groups. All these things we'll be seeing. Concepts and methods of ecological anthropology. How biocultural adaptation is there, genetic and non-genetic factors. Man physiological responses to environmental stresses. In hot desert, how people will be. See, usually in cold places, you can see people who are short and well built. Why? When you are short, the surface area of the body is less, so the heat loss is less. Okay, short people will have less surface area, so heat loss is less. Fine. But usually in a hotter country, you will have tall people because they have a large surface area, so the heat loss is very high. Okay, so what happens? These things are decided. Usually if you see Eskimos, they are short and well built. People, if you are seeing people in African countries, they are very strong and tall because they have very good vitamin D and they are living in hot countries. So how ecological anthropology is playing a major role, how people, okay, live. Okay, yes. See guys, never ever, make fun of people because of their appearance. Nobody has right to make fun of people because of appearance, because their appearance is a positive to them, their appearance is a strength to them. Okay, and one more thing I would like to tell you, we know that people from the eastern country have an epicanthic fold. They have this fold, the eyes will be like, they have this eye line like this, thin and long, because there they have this wind, cold winds. In cold winds, what happens? The eyes get dry very easily. So the epicanthic fold actually helps them to protect their eyes from that cold wind. So that these are the important structure, physical features we'll be seeing based on as their ecological responses. Fine, cool. Next, epidemiological anthropology. How health and disease, we'll be seeing about health and disease, infectious and non-infectious disease, especially in the situation of COVID-19, we should study this. Okay, nutritional and deficiency related diseases. Okay, what are diseases because of deficiency, vitamin A, vitamin B deficiency, calcium deficiency, iron deficiency, all these things we'll be seeing. To complete beginner, how many days it will take to complete this syllabus? See, everyone think like you are starting new. Okay, I'll tell you that. Everybody think like you are starting new. Approximately, if you are working religiously, 2 months to complete, minimum of 2 to 3 months to complete this syllabus, and then complete practice daily. At least 2 questions I want you to write down. 2 questions you have to write. Anthropology is not just understanding, anthropology is not just studying. Any optional, any mains is about writing. Writing is very important. Okay, yes. Next, concept of human growth and development, stages of growth, prenatal, natal, infant, childhood, adolescence. What is growth and development we'll be seeing. Obviously, growth has influence by economic and social factors. I'll give a very simple example. In many society, they think it is not appropriate for women to eat first. Women cook in the family and they wait till everybody eats, and she eats only what is left. It is the social factors. It is based on the social stratification. And sometimes, in many functions also, they make certain community people eat first, then later. That also happens. Economic factor. When a family is well-to-do family, how their children grow. When the family is poor family, what are the problems they face? All these things we'll be seeing. Okay, factors affecting growth, see, genetic, environmental, biochemical, nutritional, all these things we can accept. We will also be seeing cultural and socio-economic factors. What is aging and senescence? Theories related to aging, biological and chronological longevity, human physics and somatotypes, methodological for growth studies. We study about growth also. Okay, we have many stereotypes related to growth. You know, when you consume these health drinks, you will grow. Sometimes they're all myths. Okay, genetic factors have a major role, economic factors have a major role. People in cold country are short because of some environmental factor. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, so these things, what are the biochemical factors? Biochemical factors are nothing but the hormones. We study about hormones also. Okay, so what are the nutritional factors? And then we talk about stunting, we talk about malnutrition, all these things. Next, relevance of menarche. Menarche is the, we know about menopause. Menopause is the time where the reproductive period of reproductive age of women is, you know, is reaching towards the end, reaching the climax. That is called as menopause. Menarche is the start of reproductive age. Okay, and then we talk about other bio events to fertility, fertility patterns and differentials. Okay, how fertility patterns vary from country to country. What is the reason for this? All these things we'll be seeing. Demographic theories, biological, social and cultural. Demographic theories, we know there are so many demographic theories. What are the biological factors, social factor, cultural factors we'll be seeing. In some culture, they believe that having many children is important. Okay, which religion is having more population, all these things we'll be seeing. In some religion it is considered that, some culture it is considered that limited children are important. So we'll be studying all these social, cultural, biological factor, all these things we'll be seeing. And then fecundity, fertility. What is fecundity and fertility? Fecundity is the potential of women, okay, within the fertility age. So how many children she can bear is fecundity, she will bear. Okay, for example, in India now the you know, the fertility rate is has come to 2.1. It has reduced, which is a very good thing. Okay, so all these things we'll be seeing. Natality and mortality. What is natality, mortality, all these things we'll be seeing. See, I will request you one thing, guys. When you study anthropology, I want you all to be blank. No ethnocentrism, no judgment related to any culture, because many cultures are very very different. Okay, there is one tribal community in Africa where women and women get married, not for biological factor, for social you know, social security. Okay, so what happens when two women get married? Some might be having a children. So what happened? They have a social security. Okay, they are in a relationship where they both help each other economically, and they have a proper family, and then they have their property among themselves itself. So there are so much different cultures in the world which you might start judging, but I will tell you, don't judge. Okay, you can't judge, because every culture is unique in its own way, every culture is advanced in its own way. Especially when we speak about tribals, we think that tribal people are, you know, very much primitive, we are all advanced. No. Okay, sexual education is given in many tribal communities. Till now, in many modern family, the parents do not talk about sex to their children. Okay, the community which is talking about proper sex, which is teaching their children about sexual hygiene, is more advanced compared to a family who have many technological advances but still think sexual education is a taboo. Okay, so that is why I tell you, when you study about anthropology, when you study anthropology or any optional you can choose, I will tell you, don't have a prejudice, don't have a stereotype about every culture. Every culture have their own plus and minus. Your culture have your own plus and minus. Start questioning every culture, start seeing what is the right thing, what is the wrong thing. Okay, you might have a belief system till now because your mother, your father, your grandparents might have taught something to you, but that doesn't mean you are only right. Okay, every culture have their own way of survival, every culture have their own way of praising themselves. Fine, we should respect everyone. Mutual respect is what makes you a good human being. Fine. For this, you need not study anthropology. I'm telling you this today. Start respecting everyone. Okay? Respecting doesn't mean you have to go and praise them. Just don't disturb anyone. If you don't disturb anyone, if you just respect everyone, you are a very, broad-minded person, I will tell you. I especially expect you people, okay, who are all in my class today, who are all watching my videos now, the live class or recorded class in YouTube, this video might be, circulating for a very long time. I expect you all to respect everyone. That's all, very simple. Just think in mind that how my culture is there, that is the same way the other culture also have developed. They have their own reasons to follow something. They have their own reasons for their faith system. I might not, help them. I might not respect them. I am just going to not disturb them in my life. Okay? If you are very good, respect them. At least don't disturb others. At least don't criticize others. If it is right, support it. If it is wrong, you have to speak. Yes, some people physically, mentally torture people based on the culture. That is where you should speak, definitely. But at the same time, if it is harmless, if it is a faith which is harmless to others, just respect it or just don't disturb it. Fine, cool. Next, applications of anthropology, guys. See, till now, whatever we saw is fine. I'll ask you one question. Okay, you all know fashion. Okay, you all know sports, you all know nutrition. Fine. Okay. Just say me one thing. Within South India and North India itself, do you think fashion is same? Do people in North India prefer the same fashion of South India? Do people in the northeastern India prefer the same fashion of someone in the central India? Obviously, no. This is where anthropologists come into play. Anthropologists are not just, people who wear some glasses and go for archaeological studies, who are scientific people. No. They are there in everywhere. In sports, in defense. See, designing defense equipments also anthropologists are needed. Forensic anthropology is there. Methods and principles of personal identification. How do you identify a person? That is there. Reconstruction, nutritional anthropology. Which people want this? All these things. Government needs anthropologists. Anthropology of sports. Which person can be better in this sport? A person who's tall will be good in high jump. A person who can run fast, long leg will be better in running. All these things you for all these things anthropologists are needed. That is where application of anthropology plays a major role. And then applied human genetics, paternity diagnosis, whose father, very important. Okay, genetic counseling, eugenics. What is eugenics? Eugenics is something we think, some people think there is a criteria for perfect human beings. Okay, some people think a human being should be fair, should be tall, thin. This is called as eugenics, but I will tell you there is no concept called as eugenics. Okay, nature changes. I mean, the evolution keeps changing according to the survival of fittest. Okay, that is what this is what we call it as eugenic. DNA technology, diseases, medicines, serogenetics and cytogenetics. Serogenetics, we speak about proteins, especially based on the hormones. Cytogenetics is based on the cell. In reproductive biology, how serogenetics and cytogenetics play a major role. All these things we'll be seeing. Thank you. See, I just took 1.5 hours, guys. Not even 1.5 hours. I have explained you the basics of what we are going to study in paper 1. Paper 2 is a form of Indianized form of paper 1. Simple. Okay. A bit Indianized form of paper 1 with some important topics, some important changes. Second paper will help you in society very, very well. Okay, yes, fine. So thank you so much. This is what we are going to study. Interesting, important concepts which will definitely help you with proper interest, with proper sincerity, with proper, consistency. Consistency is very important. Today you come to class, tomorrow you don't come to class. Don't expect to score well. Consistency, sincerity is very important. Interest part, you will develop interest because anthropology is interesting. Fine. Don't force yourself. It is interesting. Just try to learn it. Okay. Thank you so much. And here coming to doubts. Ma'am, I have average handwriting. How much effect it will have in the means? See, I will tell you one thing. coming to handwriting, not just anthropology, anywhere, your handwriting should be neat and legible, which means all the letters should be of same size, same size, and you should be able to understand what you are writing. Okay, pardon me, this this is like different. uh, okay, you should have proper distance between words. See, same size, I have a break in between, so you should be using a legible handwriting. Nobody will expect you to do calligraphy. Okay, it should be neat, legible, and looks neat. That's all. Neat is the word I will tell you. If you have average handwriting, start practicing about the size thing, space thing. You should write in the straight line. Somebody will be writing like this, somebody will be writing like this, two lines will come like this, third line will go like this. That should not happen. So what you can do is, take a paper and draw straight lines. Start keeping it under the white sheet. When you do it for 1 month, automatically you will start having the straight line type of writing. Okay, that will help. And then so don't worry about it. Okay, yes, next, very good. Okay, I will help you guys, don't worry about it. Okay, just see, my Telegram channel is available in the description of this video. Just go to that video. In the description part you have my Telegram channel. Okay, so UPSC with Suba, that will be the link name. Just go to that channel and you will get the information related to all my anthropological classes. Don't worry about it. Okay, Hindi too. Actually, my class will be in English. I'm learning Hindi. In future, I might help, but my class will be purely in English. I should tell you that. Okay. But in English, I can explain you in many different ways. That I will definitely do. It's not like you don't understand, you should understand, I can't help you. No, not like that. I will help you in, I will change my phrases till you understand. That I can help. Okay, fine. Next. Fine. PDF, I'll be sharing it in the Telegram. Fine. Yes. Unacademy Plus very soon. As of now, we are concentrating on YouTube. Unacademy Plus we will start very soon. I will let you know when I start in the Unacademy Plus platform. Okay. Yes. See, daily, okay, daily we will be having minimum of 1.5 hours to 2 hours of class. Fine, 1.5 hours to 2 hours of class we'll be having, not daily, alternative days. So today we have class, tomorrow we don't have class, day after tomorrow we have class. So one day we don't have, the next day we have. No, no. So that is what is alternate days. Fine. Yes. Definitely it will be helpful, guys. See, irrespective of whatever background you are coming from, this will help you. It's a general subject. Anthropology has the proportion of everything. You have economics, you have political, you have society, you have biology. It's a combination, it's a proper combination of everything. So need not worry about it. Okay, just go and see the syllabus and decide, guys. Just see this video, see the syllabus, read it by yourself once again and just understand it. Okay. Hi, yes, Harsh. Hi, tell me. If you have any doubts, please do ask me. Yes. Yes, you can refer for biology. The concepts I have told you, you can refer biology for that. No issues. Yes. Definitely you should take notes, guys. See, one thing about this I will tell you. In class, take a short notes. You can watch this video n number of times. I will also give you resources. What you have to do is you have to start making notes. Let me do one thing. After discussing paper 2 syllabus also, I will give you before starting the topic, I will give you a short explanation about how to take notes. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. See, guys, 2 hours of class, 1.5 to 2 hours of class every alternate days is what we will have. Okay, that is how the class goes. Fine. Any other doubts, guys, related to anthropology, you can ask me. Yes. See, my notes is not just enough. I will give you source, use my notes as a base, take the source, and then get unique examples from other sources also, enrich your notes again and again. Okay, yes. See, Sapien books by Noah Harari, I'll tell you, it will help you. You have this Sapiens book. In that, you will understand important concept. You can use it for interesting examples, but that is not the only source for anthropology for the mains examination. It's a very good book. I will recommend you to study because you have time now. Okay, mains is like you have time now. You can just study 10 pages daily. You will have a very good understanding, very interesting examples. Obviously, I will recommend you that book, but that is not the only source for anthropology. No, no, I'm not, I'm not giving you classes for sociology. You have very good educators for sociology. Yes. Okay, related to the books, it's up to you. You can refer, I mean, the topic will be there already before the day, and then you can refer and come, or you can come to my class fresh. It's up to you. Okay, okay, fine. I will see, guys. We'll do one thing. Next class, I will give you the list of books. Don't worry. Be cool. Next class, I will definitely give you the list of books. Fine. Okay. Okay about it. Cool. Fine. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. Today was a very beautiful session. And then use my code SUBA to get the 10% of discount. And I am Suba Keerthana. So use the code SUBA and share this video, like this video, and then subscribe to this channel because our optional is going to come to this. And also spread your word among your friends because everybody should make use of this, thing. Fine. Okay. Thank you so much. Next class we'll meet day after tomorrow. Today is Friday. We'll be meeting on Sunday. Okay. So today is Friday. Tomorrow we don't have class. Sunday we'll be meeting. Every alternate days you will be having class. Fine. Thank you so much. Take care. Happy meeting you all, guys. And keep things in my keep things I told you in my mind. It's not about the subject. It's about the perspective of this world. Fine. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.